to create art, and like I guess like maybe he's gonna do like dangerous things to kind of witness and get inspiration from that stuff. So
that's pretty cool. Yeah, it sounds like he's pushing the boundaries, like the veil of kind of what's around him in reality and what he can, experience and what everyone else has already experienced, and trying to, discover something else that he's maybe not really aware of
One
yet,
second,
but he
folks.
has the curiosity. Oh, shoot. Yeah.
Jay, all of our Discord talk is going through the screen.
That's the wrong screen.
Uh-oh.
There we go.
Alrighty then. Hello, everybody. Welcome.
Hello.
Not sure why crowd control is open, but that's okay.
Oh, that was in case that was for yesterday, which fell apart.
Oh, right. Fair enough. Anyway, welcome everybody. It's the start of a new thing that we're doing here at Team Retrofox. We are doing the most retro video game of all, a tabletop game, in fact. There are no video games. There are no controllers. There's nothing except your imagination
And some
math.
virtual dice.
And some virtual dice. And some math. But yes, as you can see, we are joined by some channel regulars. We have with us Edge Burboy. We have KyMoon.
Ig.
KyMoon Raccoon.
Hello.
And we have PurpleRingtail.
Howdy.
They have graciously accepted allowing us to stream this tabletop game that we're going to be presenting for you today. I'm just basically vamping a little bit to let a couple more people come on in and show up.
Heck yeah.
I guess I'll let everyone know that the adventure that we are going to be playing today is called Horror's Heart. It's Call of
Ooh.
Cthulhu, a horror-based tabletop game with many psychological shenaniganery. The point of this game is not to save the world and be victorious and triumphant. The point of this game is to watch how far your characters slip down the slippery slope of insanity as you try and save the world and potentially fail. But I am not.
No pressure.
I am a benevolent keeper.
Oh, yeah.
I will truthfully prefer to watch folks play as their sanity gets tested. And
I'm afraid already.
you should be.
Yeah, I'm
Ooh. Ooh,
yeah.
that was some thunder.
It's perfect. It's perfect for the stream tonight.
Good omen. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Setting the mood.
Perfect. All right, so allow me to let everyone know a little bit about this adventure. As I said, it's called Horror's Heart. It is an adventure that is set in the year 1923. Prohibition is in full effect. Women have been granted the right to vote just a few years back. And the fact that prohibition is in effect won't apply too much because this campaign is actually primarily set in Montreal, Canada.
Oui.
Mais oui.
Sorry.
Manger le potin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think poutine was invented yet, but maybe I'll be the inquisitor of that.
Yeah.
I don't think you meant to say inquisitor, but I like that idea.
Inquisitor. Wait,
nobody expects the French Canadian Inquisition.
The
Manger la
Inquisition.
For
They
the
really
record,
don't.
For the record,
Yeah.
poutine was 1957.
Oh shit! I thought it was later than that.
Oh,
No.
really?
I thought it was the 70s.
I feel like I should have appreciated it more when I went to a Tim Hortons.
The first registered trademark appears to be in 1964, but it was probably created earlier than that. But we will not be too distracted by talk of poutine and its deliciousness.
On to more important matters.
Much more important matters. This scenario is organized into chapters. They are titled Day 1 through Day 6, but we may not actually have them represent actual days. It could be that, they're just arbitrary time spans of this is when the story beat moves, this is when the story beat moves, this is when the story beat moves.
I did wonder about that.
So we will play it by ear, and I'll decide how the time goes based on basically how much pressure I want to put all on you. All questions that are raised by this scenario are answered, but some answers only appear at the end of the adventure or in the appendix.
Drive you mad trying to figure it out.
Exactly. All right, then. So, this is how we're going to start off. I'm going to start spinning the tail, so I just ask that when I pause for a moment, just give me a moment, and I will let you all know when we will be open for discussion. Although if there are any questions that you have, feel free to ask them at that time.
Absolutely.
All right, then.
Gotcha.
So, You have all been contacted by a friend and mentor, Philip McBride. You haven't heard from him in years. He has sent you a letter, which I will send you all to now, and I will also read
All right.
out loud for everyone. My dear friend, much time has passed since we last met. I have been able to follow a little of your career from afar discreetly. Discreetly, I assure you. My own career has no doubt been invisible to you. I've become a priest in the Catholic Church. Yes, I am now Father Philip. I know this may come as a surprise to you, and I hastily acknowledge my multitude of sins, but we are all such sinners that my teachers confess alike find my faith and honesty more interesting than my sins. I am washed with forgiveness. Each day is precious to me. I write to you now because I need your particular research skills. I'm inviting you to Montreal. I dare to hope that you are free and will not mind a week's or so sojourn in this beautiful city. I have arranged that you stay in our new parish house in the parish of Saint Cutie and enclosed your tickets by train. The matter about which I write is confidential, so I may not indicate it here. The prize in view is of great value to the Church and Christianity as a whole. Need I add that the success of this venture might bring the participants worldwide fame? Your friend, Philip.
Hmm.
And so that is the letter that you all received. Although I think I'm going to say that it's not just you all. I think that actually, initially, Edge's character, Edgar, was not included in this, but rather through association via Jay's character, Christoval. That's how he was brought into this.
Ah. Alrighty.
Interesting.
And so, as said, he was a friend and mentor to most of you. You didn't know each other through him, but at some point in your lives, yours and theirs crossed, basically. So, as an example, KyMoon, your character was basically a diver in the army during the Great War, that is World War One, correct?
Yes, indeed.
And Father Philip actually was in the war as a basically a priest during that time. So you probably met each other there, and that's how the two of you met. So
Oh, yeah.
you met him more relatively recently in the time frame than this. Cristobal, Jay, how do you think that you may have met Father Philip? He's an Irishman. He's traveled all across the world. He's done many different things before ending up as a priest in the church. So
I probably knew him through the professor that took my character in back in Puerto Rico.
that's probably an excellent thing. You knew him. you knew him through your mentor. Your mentor and him were friends, we can say, because he is an older character than you are. And just through there, you've kept up some light correspondence. But as mentioned, he kind of disappeared off the face of the earth for a few years, it seemed.
Mhm.
You likely chalked it up to the start and end of the Great War. You assumed that he unfortunately passed away. So this is probably some very wonderful news to hear that good friend and connection to your mentor is still alive. Purple, your character Warren, how would you like to decide? What did you think your character? How do you think that your character met Philip McBride?
Well, do you think it's all right if kind of like meet them like through Cristobal, since after um the
Oh yeah,
last session,
absolutely.
our two characters would have probably, I mean, we were studying the books,
Hmm.
so
You
I
were
would assume that
together for
I was
certain.
introduced through him.
Certainly. So why don't we put it this way then? These letters came primarily to Cristobal and sorry, KyMoon, your character. You don't have your character sheet open right now.
Johnny.
Johnny.
Yeah.
Johnny Silversmith. So the letters were primarily addressed to Johnny and Cristobal, and
There we go.
Cristobal, you were able to, with some rapid phone calls, say, I know these two guys. They would be very good to bring in on this, and through some telegraphs, Father McBride was able to alter the reservations, and so you're all able to join together. Because the wonderful news is Philip McBride has arranged travel for all of you on a most
Hey.
luxurious and popular train route, the Canadian Pacific Railways route from New York to Montreal. You all make your way to New York in your own manner, and you all meet up together for your train ride.
May I interject something actually, which does have to do with prohibition, since it was brought up earlier.
Absolutely.
Since we are on the train together, are we allowed to consume many different types of drinks before we reach our destination, in lieu of prohibition around that area at the time? I just want to know if we
Well,
can get drunk. That's all.
uh,
Probably
there
not a
is
good idea at the start of the adventure.
there
But
is not a bar car on this train which travels, because it does travel in the United States. It cannot have a bar car.
okay. Well, I was just asking it. Everyone was thinking it.
I'm sure you were.
It's a very important distinction. I agree. I think Edgar would appreciate.
It's a very important thing. TV Ratchet is here for the tentacles, and that's exactly what this game is about.
Amazing.
Indeed.
So, the pleasure of the potential reunion with an old friend is tempered by this vague mystery that's conveyed with this invitation that Philip has sent you all. And so, over the next few days, you have many of time to ponder this as you make your way to, let's see, 432 Bonseca Marial, the site of La Nouvelle Église Saint-Cuthie, which is Father
Mhm.
McBride's new church and parish.
Bless you.
Hey now. Okay. So the trip from New York to Montreal is an 11-hour journey. It will travel through Buffalo, Niagara Falls, and Toronto, with a few minor stops along the way. Oh my god, KyMoon, where'd you get those tentacle emojis from? I don't want to know.
Well, I could tell you, but you probably don't.
Yeah, probably don't.
Actually, they're global, so
Oh,
it's all good.
all right then.
You can use them too if you want, Iggy.
I'm not sure if I do.
Fair enough.
Okay. So, this 11-hour journey will allow those characters who have not yet interacted with one another some time to get acquainted with one another.
All right.
I'll let you know all that the train's operating company, Canadian Pacific, is known for its service, comfort, and convenience of its coach service. They boast of having the most substantial and perfectly built railway on the continent of America.
Ooh,
You arrive.
five-star service.
You arrive at 7 sharp in the morning to board train number 2212, the Great Northern. It's a fully equipped luxury train pulled by a speedy and powerful Pacific, not specific, steam engine. The trip is underway.
All right.
The inside is full of polished walnut paneling of the finest craftsmanship. Day coaches are lined with rugs and carpets, and rich upholstery decorates the seats. There's a sleeper car with upper and lower bunks. There's an elaborate club car and a luxurious dining car with tasseled damask curtains, cut glass mirrors, fine china, and solid silver service. Attendants are prompt and precise and make every effort to satisfy passenger needs and requests, with, of course, exception to prohibition. While this is a Canadian operating company, while they are traveling between the two countries, they have to err on the side of caution, and they do so with deepest regrets.
Yeah.
But here we are. All of you are situated in the same train car. It's basically a little private section kind of for you all, if you remember how the Hogwarts Express worked.
I do.
Except it's a little bit nicer. So I guess I'll set the scene for a few of you. Cristobal, Edgar, and Warren, you all likely arrived together. Edgar, you were in the States, and this was a good opportunity for you to return back to Montreal to see things in your shop, your art studio, rather.
Mhm.
And you all make your way to your coach, take your seats, and I guess I'm going to ask how you interact as these two new faces show up. Or this one new face, rather. Johnny.
Yeah.
Johnny.
Okay, I was confused. Okay.
There will be a second new face. However, that second new face, it was unavailable today and will be arriving into the campaign a little later on.
Okay.
Perfect.
So yes, Johnny, you open the door to your designated car, and
Right.
you find that there are 3 people hanging out in there.
All right. Yeah.
Going
on,
What do you
fellas?
do?
So I mean, I'm already like lighting myself up a cigarette, and I.
Oh yeah. By the way, KyMoon, do me a favor. Roll a
yeah.
sanity check for me.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Didn't expect that just by opening the door, but I will do so. What am I rolling for that now?
You want to click on your current sanity number under your.
Okay. I am
Double click it.
double clicking it. Hang on. I'm on my sheet. Am I doing it?
Oh, I did it for you.
Oh, thank you.
You have rolled a success,
All right.
and therefore you do not shout out in shock or gasp in horror as you look at
Edgar.
Edgar's face. And
Oh, perfect.
it
Oh,
is
right.
it's entirely covered with horrific burn scars, like the
Ooh.
entire one side of his face, and
I see.
it's something like truly horrifying to see.
I just sort of stifle my whatever I would have said, turning toward him and just being like, I see. Hello, sir.
Well, bonjour.
Bonjour. Yes. Is this seat taken?
No, man.
All right. I help myself to the roomy cabin that we're in together without really saying much more. I just sort of sit down and make myself comfortable.
All right then. I guess I will also say that the letter that you received from Philip did mention that he was going to ask for some help for some other friends. So you do all know that anyone else who's here in this cabin, which he has reserved for you all, you know that somehow you all know the same person.
I see. Then after a beat or two, I decide to speak aloud to everyone. So has everybody heard from Father Phil about this letter that we've been sent? Because he's been sending me letters for years, but I haven't really seen anything like this before. It's kind of freaking me out because he was always pretty straightforward with me.
That's good. That's good. I love that. I'm writing that down.
I think, yeah, that
That
would probably be where I'd go with it.
I guess Jay maybe should. I don't know.
Yeah, Jay's character is the only one who does know Philip personally, but you can feel free to say in character, "Oh, I don't actually know the guy."
Yeah. So basically, I just kind of blow my cigarette smoke a little bit, and I just kind of look at Cristobal, and I'm like, I mean, does that sound normal to you?
I haven't heard from Padre Philip in years now, so I couldn't say.
Yeah, and most of my interactions are through Cristobal, so I am afraid I don't quite know his habits.
I will say that for those of you who do know him, he is definitely being far cagier than you would expect. Although, since he has mentioned that what he's writing about is confidential, it could be that he's worrying that there's a little something supernatural happening here, or maybe something that he can't risk getting out to anyone who might be pawing through his letters. So
Oh, okay.
there could be an entirely justified reason for it, or maybe he's changed since the last time you've met one another.
Something's not adding up.
Right.
All right then. Would you all like to continue speaking with one another, or shall I?
I will go ahead and ask around for everybody's, just generally who everybody is, and not taking a whole lot of care or interest into why we're all called together or what it is about us that we needed to be called to this private car for. But I just generally ask everybody around for their names and if they have
Name,
done anything
occupation.
noteworthy, basically.
Name, occupation, ASL. And this is the point where I will have all of you in turn introduce your characters to our audience and tell them a little bit about who they are. KyMoon, why don't you start us off a little bit, since...
Alrighty. Yeah, I was the first one to break the ice in here, so I will introduce myself first. I'm playing Johnny Silversmith, who is a corn-fed, homegrown boy from the Midwest who grew up in a small town. Was eager to experience things outside of town, but also wanted to be the absolute best at everything that he would have access to. And Father Phil was fairly instrumental in helping him achieve some of his dreams of becoming the best diver in town, the strongest and best that Johnny could possibly be, and any adventure he had before him would just be the next one to be conquered, basically.
So a go-getter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you gentlemen are?
So I'm Edgar Baudrillard. I guess I'm from Montreal. I'm an artist. But unfortunately, my career at the moment I think is not going super well. Yeah, I'm hoping that we find something interesting in there, because what is going on there?
Someone just rolled a 20 for no reason.
Yeah.
Don't mind me. Go on.
Okay, so basically, my character is, as I said, he's an artist, and he's always trying to kind of push the boundaries of what is considered art forward. Like it's the 1920s, so a lot of like new, very like outlandish things are happening in the art, visual arts. A lot of movement there, and he's kind of trying to ride that wave a little bit. But we basically, in his backstory, which so happens to include one of the players from the last session that was not streamed, that character was the like an art collector and art historian, I believe. And he was the one that was kind of like the mentor of Edgar, and that person has passed away. He feels that his career is like taking a dive, and he's very lost, and without his friend, but also without his mentor. So he's like kind of desperately like trying to find a new source of inspiration, and he's hoping that like all the supernatural like and weird shit is going to be that source. So he might be a bit reckless about it in if he sees something interesting, like he might like go there just because he's very like curious.
He's searching for his muse.
Yeah, pretty much, but without like restraint from someone like Vernon that was like guiding him in a more like safe direction. Well, safe, but also like more inspired. I don't know.
Mm.
So yeah, that's about it.
How
And
very
I'm also I play a bird. I'm a bird
Yeah.
character.
Bird.
I'm playing my persona as a 1920s like burnt face bird.
Yeah.
A burn burb.
Yeah, burn bird. Yeah, I'm a chicken nuggets.
That chicken's got a little bit of carbon on it.
a little barbecue.
Well, a little toasty.
Okay. Purple or Jaye, do you want to go next?
I can.
Go ahead.
So my name is Warren Donald. I'm generally soft-spoken, little clumsy, but well-meaning person. When I was younger, my older cousin had a run-in with the occult that left him incapacitated. He's not dead, but he can't respond. So in a comatose state, and that kind of spurred my interest in things that might cause this, because this is not something that you come across every day. And so I kind of went to school for parapsychology, more ghost hunting, but essentially it gives me a groundwork to work with the paranormal, which is what I believed was going on. And my goal is essentially to kind of keep what happened to my cousin happening to others, and just to see if there is a possible way to, reverse the effects.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Excellent, excellent.
Very
Uh,
cool.
We shall see.
We shall.
we certainly shall. Jay, tell us about Cristobal.
You can call me Chris. I knew Father Philip through my old professor back in Puerto Rico. They were close colleagues. Not real sure what to add to that because out of character, I have no idea anything about Philip.
Well, no, that's okay. You don't have to talk about Philip himself. Tell us about your character. Like, what does he do? What's his job?
Well, once I came to the mainland, I made it my business to deal in antiquities, trying to pick up any so-called occult objects that may cross my way here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of oddities and things that travel around during that time.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Okay.
Excellent.
Hi, Erwin. Yes, we are a little early today because we are doing a tabletop thing. So we're doing this at a time that best fits folks' schedules for that.
I should probably describe what I look like too.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, because that's something I didn't do. I am, I guess, slightly below average in height, around 5'8". Fairly lithe, about 140. And I guess I'm playing a raccoon as well, or not as well, but playing a raccoon. But whereas
Yeah.
age appropriate clothes, so long, nice coats.
Mm-hmm.
Styling rack.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, Kai and Jay, are you? I forget. I think Jay is playing basically like his persona.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty much playing mine myself. I couldn't change my default avatar for some reason. But yeah, I'm basically playing and just strong, tough guy, sort of muscled up, but still holding a bit of a gut because I really likes eating contests. Also, got to be the best at everything. So a bit taller,
enough.
I guess. Yeah, probably around my character's actual height, which is like 6'4". And yeah, just a big, tough, strong man, ready to do some tough strongman things.
We
Amazing.
enjoy big tough strongmen. Okay, so you've been on the tracks for a couple of hours now. It's been soothing, the rocking back and forth of it. It's a delightful mode of travel. You're quite enjoying yourselves. And as the afternoon shadows lengthen outside, you're well settled. Maybe you're dozing off a bit, and the train has slowed down in preparation for a track change. And amid the normal clangs and rattles of the ambling train, a loud, flat bang is heard. Do any of you have uh rather, you don't need to have skills in this, but Johnny, you've been around firearms because you were
Yes.
in the army, so
I have
you
fired all of them. Yes.
I don't think you
I
have
have been
any
around
skill
firearms.
points.
Yes.
Yes, you've been around them. You don't need to have any skill points for it, but you recognize the sound of a shot from a small revolver. And then you hear in the car over a woman's scream followed by shouts and hubbub. What do you all do?
Oh damn. Well, everybody, that's a gun. In case anyone hasn't heard one before, because y'all look like you couldn't even lift a gun, let alone fire one. But yeah, that was a gun. I think we should, I don't know, take cover.
Out of out of character, do we have our normal items on us? Or would we be allowed to carry a firearm? Because I have a Derringer.
uh, let's see. This is the 1920s, so absolutely. Like it was, you just had to like declare that, and you're
Yeah.
like, I've got my thing with me, and you're like, okay.
Eh,
Red
Gotcha.
compartment.
hell, it was 1920s. You didn't have to declare anything. It's just free open carry. God help you.
I mean, you are
Cross
going to
it.
be crossing the border, is the thing. You see,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but yeah, you just
We can
like,
have all the guns we want, but no booze. That's what you're saying.
exactly. So like you do have your stuff on you.
Oh, thank goodness.
So
Well, I guess I mean, I react totally, like act startled, and probably put my book away that I've been skimming through.
you flip to the cutout pages section and pull out the Derringer.
Heck yeah. Hidden compartment.
All right, so you pull your gun out, and how about the rest of you? What are y'all doing?
I reach for my knife that I have in my pocket, but I don't pull it out yet. Just I wait to see what everyone else does first.
Okay.
I also grab my knife and get it ready just in case.
Yeah, you pull out your switchblade.
So I
We're all packing. This is good. We're prepared.
I light myself a fresh cigarette and I take out my sketchbook.
Fucking
Okay.
amazing.
I'm prepared.
Is anybody is anyone opening the door?
After looking around at everybody, just sort of defensively looking at whatever's going on, I do reach for and open the door.
Okay. So the passage that's leading to the next forward car, which is the dining car, is blocked by a very large bearded man trying to get through. He wears a conductor's uniform, and he shouts, "Laissez-moi passer! Laissez-moi passer! Let me pass!" He waves a gun with one large hand while the other grasps the waist of a short woman, half dragging, half carrying her towards the back of the train. There is something awkward about his steps, but there's no time to see what. What do you do?
Well, I'm assuming I'm the only one that sees this since I pulled out. I opened the door and I looked outside, so I'm the only one that sees this guy coming down the hall, right?
Yeah, basically.
Okay. Well, my do-gooder kind of instincts take over, seeing a woman being dragged against her will and some, beefy Frenchman doing something. So I stand in front of him and I confront the man. And I ask him why he's waving around a gun and having no concern for my personal safety.
Okay. So you're standing in his way?
Yep.
He shoots at you.
Oh.
Just give me a second here. And
I dodge it?
okay.
He doesn't say anything. He just shoots me.
Yeah, you're standing in his way, and he shoots at you. Please make a dodge roll for me.
Okay. Dodge. And what am I rolling? A 20 or?
No, you will just choose your dodge skill.
Yep.
Which is actually on your main page there.
Oh, yes. Okay.
And yeah, just double click that.
Oop. Did that? Oh no, that didn't work. Hang on a second.
I think you drag and drop on the chat.
I think I did on chat. Yeah. Oh, there we go.
Oh, there you go.
That was a bit outside the bar there.
So you rolled a 78. That's a failure. The good news for you is that he also rolled a failure. So,
Oh.
So basically,
terrific.
you see him as he pulls his gun up and levels it at you, and he's about to fire at you, and you dodge just a half second too late. But the swaying of the train causes him to miss just barely.
Woof.
You can feel the hot gases and the gunpowder hot on your face as the bullet just swoops by the side of your head and hits and goes out through a window.
All right.
Damn.
Oh, that was refreshing. It harkens me back to battles that I had taken up with being like a soldier of fortune with people and having gunfire. Not nearly that close, but giving me kind of a rush of adrenaline.
Absolutely.
So yeah, that kind of kicks in.
That does kick in. And so at this point, it's time for the other people to react. What are y'all gonna do? Someone just shot a gun at your new friend.
Yeah.
Yay!
Well, I have one
and
tried and true
he has a
option.
hostage.
Do we
Yep.
see that?
Oh yeah, like he has got his big massive arm wrapped around this lady's waist, and he's like half carrying, half dragging her. So he's he has a hostage.
Yeah.
So
He's obviously a very reasonable man if he just shot at me out of nowhere. So
she's being dragged like behind him.
Like his arm is around her and like keeping her pulled against him.
Okay. I'm gonna do what worked several times in the first adventure. I'm gonna try to grab him and pin him.
Okay, you're gonna try and grab him and pin him. Go ahead and make a a fighting brawl move to try and grapple with him.
yeah, get him, Jay.
Fuck.
Ooh.
Well, good luck figuring that one out, Iggy.
Oh no, it's easy. You rolled a 78, and that means you fail.
Hey, you both rolled 78s.
Oh yeah, the two of you both rolled 78s. Okay, so
I want to see something. This doesn't count. I'm just okay. If it was a 78 again, I was gonna be worried.
everyone rolls a 78.
We
no,
can't.
you
we
are
can't tilt the program this early, right?
absolutely. All right, so basically, you move in, you try and grapple with him, but he successfully fends you off. But the good news is that you've bought enough time for the rest of the train staff to all come up and try and surround him. And then at that moment, the large man fires the rest of his bullets through the ceiling in an attempt to clear his way to the back of the train. After it's empty, he throws it down and draws a long knife. And as he does so, the woman elbows him in the ribs and breaks free from him. He shoves past Johnny, and he's making his way to the back of the train to try and get to the spot between the cars. Is anyone going to do anything?
Wait, he fired into the ceiling of the car?
Yeah, like he was like bang, 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 bang to get people to back off.
Oh, okay.
And
I thought for some reason he was trying to make a hole.
No.
That's what I pictured too.
Well, seeing that he's definitely gonna cause a problem no matter where he is, and not knowing like what else is going on with this, my curiosity tells me to sort of turn to everybody and say, I'm gonna go kind of see what this is all about, because even if he doesn't come back, that he might hurt somebody else.
Okay, so you're just trying to follow him.
Yeah, I'm gonna go, and if anybody doesn't follow me, then it's nice knowing you, suckers.
All right then. So he is just a little bit farther ahead of you, and
All right.
like he swings open the door to the next car. He shuts the door behind him, and you see his shadow leap sideways. The train has slowed down enough that it would be a safe way for him to escape this train.
Huh.
And
So wait, I
but-
see his shadow, and it just like disappears off to the side.
yeah, keep in mind this is an old school train, so they're
Yeah.
not connected by like those rubber awning things. It's
Yeah.
just in between each train car. You've got to
Yeah.
you just
just
walk
bail
between them.
Right.
And yeah, he's just like he's gone to the spot between trains and he bailed out sideways.
Okay. Well, I'm taken aback for a moment, and then after another beat, just sort of turn around and start heading back to the group and tell them what happened. And again, say how weird this is.
I'm
It's
gonna
very weird.
check out what happened to the lady.
Certainly, just before
She just ran off on her own, or I
no,
forget what you said.
the lady elbowed and got free of him, and anyway, this is what the guy looks like.
Ah,
The false conductor.
Ooh.
Oh.
Tickets, please.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a gruesome dude.
He's definitely a very gruesome dude.
I would also make my way over to the lady to see if she's injured.
All right then.
While they're tending to the woman, I go around and look up at the gunshots that went through the roof and the gunshot that missed me to kind of get an idea of what kind of gun it was, and I
Oh,
just
you can
try
just
to
pick
get
up the
some more
gun.
information from it, I guess.
Yeah, like he threw the gun to the ground. You can just pick
He
it up.
threw it to the ground. Okay, so yeah, I look at the gun and I pick it up, and I sort of look it over.
It's just a regular ass small caliber revolver.
Huh. Okay.
Good job getting your fingerprints all over it, idiot. No,
Well, I don't think he's gonna care.
probably not. So, anyways, the woman who was assaulted, she gets up to her feet and brushes herself off. She appears to be entirely unharmed from her ordeal, fortunately.
Good.
The conductor, a real conductor, rushes in and addresses her as Mademoiselle Lavoie. Miss Lavoie is a petite, short-haired brunette. She's wearing a cream-colored one-piece traveling dress of current fashion and excellent cloth. A smooth layer of crimson lipstick glistens on her perfect lips, accenting her strikingly beautiful ermine face.
Oh
Her
wow.
cool green eyes survey the scene, flitter over the conductor, and move on to fasten on one of the investigators, Johnny, first man to come to her aid. The conductor stammers out his sincerest concerns for her health. He apologizes deeply and swears the vengeance of the Canadian Pacific Railway upon her assailant. The police have been telegraphed, but the train is not going to delay in the vicinity of such a villain. And maybe surprisingly, she doesn't seem to be all that shaken by her ordeal. She straightens her hair, nods to the conductor, and turns to the crew here, all of you, and introduces herself.
Okay.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Céline Lavoie. I apologize for the troubles that you put yourselves through. I truly hope that you are all right. and her thanks are warm and sincere.
Okay. Well, as my the upbringing of always being forthcoming as possible with the lady in the room and coming to her aid as best I could, I sort of fumble over myself and stutter over my words as I introduce myself to her and express my concern that she thankfully was not injured, let alone the concern over what happened and how crazy it was, even though she seems to not be that too having too many problems over it. So I just sort of do that and then let everybody else say whatever they're
Have their
going.
moment.
Yep.
All right then.
Yeah, I guess I just go to her and say something in French, just like, oh, bonjour, yeah, I don't know what I would say.
Ça va?
Yeah, no, but like, fuck. Yeah, est-ce que je peux dessiner votre portrait? So I mean, like, I kind of awkwardly just go right for, like, can I draw your portrait? Because I'm just like so out of touch with reality. I'm just like,
And
you
she
know,
is very pretty.
Yeah, you're taken with her looks, I'm sure.
yeah,
Yeah, she is very pretty. And like you see her eyes like go over your burns, but there is no sudden shock or change in her expression at all as she just takes it in as a fact of you, and she smiles and laughs and says that she says to you in French, there will be time for that in a moment, she is sure.
okay,
And she begs all of your pardon and turns to the conductor and tells him that uh, my father will pay for all of the damages if this incident can be kept quiet. My father, he he hates such notoriety. And the conductor tugs his cap respectfully, murmurs that he'll try and keep the Lavois out of the affair. But unfortunately, Miss Lavoie's bodyguard is dead, and that there will have to be an inquiry. And she just takes a
Damn.
moment and replies, "Oh, yes, the poor man. I only had just hired him. His cologne was dreadful. I'm quite sensitive to smells." And this is supposedly this is the only kind of sign that perhaps she's maybe not as unfazed as she is seeming to be. Just mentioning about this dead man. Oh yeah, his cologne sucked.
Yeah,
kind of weird.
Mm-hmm.
not at all.
But after the conductor leaves, she turns to all of you and warmly smiles, and she invites the entire group to her private car at the rear of the train.
Oh.
You should not have to stay here while the workers fix the damage and clean this whole mess up. And she smiles to Johnny and says, "And I would certainly feel more at ease if I had some company."
Yeah. So I guess I basically go deep red and just sort of, eat it all up. Not expecting to have seen a beautiful woman on this trip that I knew nothing about, and am the first one to giddily sort of accompanying her anywhere she wants on the train.
And this is Celine Lavoie.
Ah.
Mhm. And I guess I will also just let you all know just a little bit about Celine Lavoie. You probably, in fact, have read about her in the papers. New York Society columns have chronicled her stay in New York City. First, she worked casually as a model. More recently, she's made a name for herself as a Broadway actress. The producer had hired her for her obvious beauty, but on stage, she demonstrated charisma and deep talent. Audiences raved about her. Celine has become the toast of New York, but her father still claims a share of the limelight. She's the daughter of Jean-Claude Lavoie, Canada's liquor baron, the controversial owner-director of the McTanish Distilling Company, which distills fine whiskeys in Montreal and other locations.
Mm. All right.
It is well known, but has never been proven, that the Lavoie family has made an enormous fortune by bootlegging to the United States.
Hmm.
The McTanish distilleries are privately held, so no one outside of the company knows the true value of McTanish, but the yearly sales of all the Lavoie holdings are estimated over $200 million in the United States. So that would net the family well over $10 million yearly. So that would be over $100 million in 1990s purchasing power.
Dang.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're sitting pretty.
Mhm.
They are definitely sitting pretty. Does anyone do anything prior to following Celine back to her private car?
I try to turn on as much charm as I can while still being sort of befuddlingly, like, kind of simple in trying to ask her if she is in the market for a new bodyguard and if she would be receptive to giving him a call when he got back home.
Well, she laughs at you. She laughs and
Story of my
like
life.
she
All right.
holds onto your arm and pats it affectionately and says, she says, "Well, your resume is certainly quite impressive. Although my father is the one who does the hiring, so perhaps you will have to speak with him, no?" And she guides you into her private car. It's
Oh boy. All right.
I like this guy. Johnny's like, there's a dead body over there. Bodyguard, right? You got a job opening. I'll take that.
Hey, you got to get in when you can, man. You know, the opportunities don't like just fall out of the sky.
Man's not even
The
cold. Here's
window.
my resume.
it's true. The
He's
man is
obviously
not
the most
even
beautiful woman I'm ever going to see in my life. Give me a shot here, dude.
cold. Hey! How does Johnny smell?
Oh, he smells like corn.
I mean, everyone loves corn.
I mean, yeah, but maybe not her.
It's like corn.
You can ferment corn, right?
Well,
Technically.
he bathes
Uh,
regularly. We can say that.
All right. So here is Celine in the private rail car. Miss Lavoie's private car is sleekly decorated in the still developing Art Deco style. Edgar, you have opinions on the Art Deco style. What are they? Do you enjoy it?
Art Deco, yes, I do. It's very current times, so I enjoy these things.
Yeah,
It's like
you-
contemporary, you know.
Yeah, you walk in and you're like, oh, a woman with taste.
Yeah.
And Art Deco style is plain surfaces, rich materials, dramatic lines, and indirect lighting, all stylized natural forms. As you enter, her female secretary offers you all whiskey, sherry, or cocktails. Miss Lavoie's personal maid scurries to arrange seating for the group. And when the doors to the bar cabinet open, there are rows upon rows of rye, scotches, and liqueurs. The bottles all bear the characteristic crimson McT of the McTanish label. There are also a few fine French wines. Miss Lavoie does not drink beer.
Hmm.
And so, congratulations. Absolute confirmation that there's a little bit of smuggling going on, or at the very least, like, this is her private car that's been hooked up. Like, basically, it's like
Not standard with the rest of the train, perhaps.
not standard with the rest of the train. It's like Miss Lavoie will be returning in this train. She's going to have all the finest comfort she could enjoy.
I'll say.
Prohibition be damned. So you obtain your choice of beverage, and you settle down to you settle down to converse with Celine.
Heck yeah.
Johnny,
I just immediately go like wild for all of the selection of alcohol that is presented before me as of the current state of things. But yes.
in a charming way, you're just like, oh goodness gracious, we haven't even crossed the border yet.
Yeah.
Hooray, Canada.
I absolutely go with Johnny there. Like, I don't think, like, on a intellectual level, like, Johnny and Edgar, like, really, I don't think they really vibe together that much, but like alcohol,
Yeah, we'll knock back some drinks, bro. Definitely.
Yeah, definitely enjoy some drinks in a classy manner, shall we say? You don't want to.
Yes, I try to be somewhat classy in front of the madame. Yes.
So I think everyone other than Johnny, you're just too smitten. But everyone else, you're a little struck by Celine's charm and easy mood so soon after what must have been a terrifying incident. I'm going to ask for some psychology rolls.
Psychology.
Do I even have anything in psychology? Oh,
If you don't, just give it a go.
Is it psychology or psychoanalysis?
Psychology.
All right.
All right. Warren, please mark your success on your psychology roll. We will improve that skill at a later point. So you determine that she's either got nerves of steel or she's got good reason to think that a new assault will not be made while she's in Montreal.
Okay.
She is an accomplished actress, so maybe she's playing one of her characters now to guard against her fears. Or perhaps she was acting a part and is now herself. You don't have enough information to reach a conclusion.
Do I feel like it was a legitimate attack on her?
You lack information to reach a conclusion, but you feel that it is most likely that the reason that she seems so calm right now is because of her acting training, that she is able to keep herself calm and combine that with the information that you know about her father is a very powerful man, and she would not have much reason to be scared in Montreal itself. She likely has powerful allies and will be safer in Montreal. And so you have some time here. She's relaxed. She's happy. She smiles warmly to you, Edgar, and she says that if you wish, you can feel free to sketch while you all talk. And
all right.
She she just says, well, welcome to my car. I hope that you will all enjoy Montreal. I assume that, of course, she nods to you, her fellow Quebecois, that I assume that you've been there before, but your American friends, if they haven't, I'm sure they will find it to be an um, incredible experience. It's a wonderful, beautiful city, and you have a little bit of small talk. You introduce yourselves to her, and is there anything that anyone would like to ask? Ask Miss Celine Lavoie.
Yeah, I have questions.
What's your questions?
Like, Senora, not to be too indelicate about it, uh, do you have any idea who that man was or why he attacked?
She sighs and she says, "That was the third attempt to kidnap me in recent times. My father has many powerful enemies."
Oh,
Hmm.
I would assume that would mean that he keeps his place pretty well defended, or he has a lot of protection.
Oh yes, I am certain that Montreal will be the safest place for me. Although she sighs a bit and she looks back along the direction that they were coming from, back to New York. And she says, "But I will miss the stage. Drama and acting, that is my passion. Uh, Shakespeare, it's just a bit barbarous, though, when compared to Corneille and Racine. But someday I simply must play the cruel love of Lady Macbeth before my time comes."
Hmm.
I make the comment that I can't believe anybody would try to hurt her being as beautiful as she is.
And she smiles warmly, and again she leans in, she pats you on the hand and says, "Unfortunately, that is the price of beauty at times. Everyone is drawn to you. They recognize you. If you stand out too much, it's easy to be recognized, and from recognition can come a whole heap of trouble."
Hmm.
Well, shoot.
Question for the keeper.
Ask away.
The image you sent includes, I'm assuming, is a picture of a bear, a painting on the wall, or a window, which we should probably be concerned about.
Yeah, it seemed to be a window to me. Yeah,
That was a picture.
just
Oh,
kind of
but the
chilling.
picture.
Oh yeah, no, that was a punishing thing. If you like chased after him, jumped off the train, and tried to follow the dude, you would not find him, and instead would have found a bear.
Ah,
As you do.
Like it, if you do something stupid, you have to fight a bear.
hmm.
The punishment bear.
I like that consequence.
It's the punishment bear.
Oh,
Yeah, it's not the good kind of bear.
no. Well, in lieu of being mauled by a bear, I think this is a much nicer scene that we've come upon, honestly. Even if
It
he's
certainly
chilling in the
is.
back, he looks like he wants a drink too, but I don't know. And it's rough on everybody out there.
Even the bears are affected by prohibition.
the maple trees or something. Pretty sure you can make alcohol from maple trees.
Yep. There's
Oh, nice.
there's maple alcohol.
Ooh,
You can ferment anything.
that's
Mhm.
going on my list of things to try.
I had
Mm-mm-mm.
no idea.
Well, yeah.
No, go ahead.
No. It's on the topic of maple alcohol. I'll have to look it up and send a link later, just so.
Oh
Yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
definitely.
But yes, as the conversation continues on, and as the hours continue, we touch upon why Miss Celine Lavoie is returning to Quebec. She says with a small sigh that her grandfather has just passed away, and she's returning for the funeral.
Aw. I give her my deepest condolences and kiss her hand.
And she thanks you. Everyone roll psychology, please.
Ooh. Psychology. Hang on, I'm just trying to
Oh,
find it here.
well, Warren, anyways, you did very well. And you know that there's something else. There's an additional motive that she's holding back that she hasn't mentioned.
Gives the suspicious squint from a distance.
Are you going to press on that?
It's not my place.
There we go.
Holy shit!
Wow. Okay.
Impressive.
Okay,
Critical.
Johnny, please roll a d10.
Will do.
Please add 2% to your psychology skill.
Oh, heck yeah.
And also add a check to it.
Okay. All right. So the little box, the red box, is checked.
Yeah.
Okay, and yeah, you have to actually open up your skills to edit and just add 2 to it.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah, we've been using the third column for added points.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, good job, Johnny. You also know that she's holding something back. She's not telling you something. You must ask her. I mean, probably. It's up to you if you want to pry or not. Here, let me add the points for you.
Yeah, I'm just getting to thank you. Appreciate it. I do ask her, indeed. What could a lady as beautiful and as wonderful as you could possibly be worried about, even with all your success and your father's legitimate businesses?
She's friendly and she's open. She does purse her lips for a moment, as if just taking a moment to think on how she'll reply to that. And she says, "My father is having trouble with certain rival businessmen. They are a powerful syndicate of dealers within the United States, and some of them have threatened members of my family. Today's assault is certainly their work, and I am going to Montreal both for my own protection, to meet with the funeral, and most importantly, to support my father. I am quite concerned for him."
Oh yeah, I'm concerned too. I say in a I say in a very simpy fashion.
A simpy fashion.
You love to see it.
Yeah. Listen, I think I
Okay.
got a shot with this lady. I'm about to become rich and famous myself. I'm not going to pass this up.
It- uh,
I try to be respectful and I don't push it too far. Like, Mama
you
Mama
are a
raised me right.
you are a consummate gentleman. This is fantastic. Like, I didn't know what to expect, but this is I love it. This is great. All right. It's twilight as the Great Northern rolls across the busy streets of Montreal and stops at, I'm going to call that Viger Station because
Vijay.
Beeger?
that yeah, I know it's Viger. I'm calling it Viger Station because of Star Trek.
Oh.
Beeger, yes.
It's located in the southeast part of the city.
I
The
understood
station was
that
built. It was built in 1898 by an American architect. It
Hmm.
exemplifies the chateau style with steep roofs and upper story gables that have become symbols of Canada. You are ushered from the train to your waiting luggage. Customs is really a formality. And a tall, thin man in his 60s inquires to you if you are the McBride party. And it's the carriage driver who will take you to Lily Sancuti and Father Philip. And fortunately, there is enough room for, like, there's more than one carriage if needed, and the church is a short distance away. But as you have stepped outside, some of you who have not lived here probably feel like you're no longer in North America even. Montreal's architecture, its people, even its air carry a distinctly European tint to it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you've crossed the Atlantic and been deposited in a foreign port. Exciting, is it not? Asks Celine from behind you. She's with a portly, red-faced man wearing a long and unseasonable fur coat. It is the middle of summertime here.
Mm.
She smiles to you all. Please allow me to introduce my Uncle Jacques. I will call on you tonight to show you around town. And her uncle Jacques steps forward and, with much hand wringing and nodding, thanks you so much for helping her. He's like, thank you so much for assisting my niece. She's the most important woman in the family, of course. And like, even without a psychology roll, her thanks are sincere. So with customary kisses on both your cheeks, Celine leaves you all and I quote here, gaily walks to her waiting limousine.
All right.
Had limousines back
Yeah.
then?
And the tall, gaunt coachman escorts you to the waiting carriages. He assists you with packing your luggage in, and you two are off. You ride smoothly down the cobblestone streets towards the St. Lawrence River. Everyone roll spot hidden for me.
Okay.
Yay!
Hidden.
Dang.
Okay, Crystal Ball. Go ahead and mark your spot hidden roll for me. Your
Yep.
spot hidden skill, rather. Crystal Ball, you are the only one to notice this. You see a slick black raven swooping down over the receding limousine, only to then disappear into a darkening sky.
Ah.
Huh.
Dun dun dun.
How ominous.
Yes. I think
I'm
now
just
is a
looking
good
out
place.
the other way and smitten still and didn't notice anything.
Oh no, like, you were both looking the same direction, but you were just focused and, like, fantasizing about, oh, she's so pretty. Meanwhile,
Yeah.
Chris
Good.
noticed over the car. Oh, hey, look, a bird.
Hey, burp.
That's kind of infers that I'm easily distracted.
You were
Maybe
not
so.
interested in the pretty lady.
I mean, you were interested enough, but you just noticed it.
There's been a lot of weird events today.
There have been. Speaking of weird events, I think now is a good time if you players require to rest, rehydrate, obtain snack if it is dinner time for you. Although we will be returning to continue with the game, and feel free to snack throughout, as it is certainly
He's snacking hour.
it is a snacking hour in several time zones.
I am
Okay.
gonna go check and see if it's dinner. I will mute and be right back.
All right, then. I am also just going to refill my glass here. Chat, I hope you've been enjoying this new little excursion in tabletop with us. Certainly, if you have any suggestions or funny comments or whatever, feel free to drop them in the chat. I am keeping an eye on everybody, and we'll be happy to respond to comments in chat as well. Consider yourselves an officially unofficial not player. If you roll a D100, I will tell you that you're terrible and how you have died horribly. I'll be back as soon as I refill my glass.
I have returned.
We'll see.
Okay, so I'm trying to find the maple alcohol, because I'm pretty sure I've had that in the past. I'm just like wondering. Okay. Non è fabbricazione di fermentation. Yeah, so they're fermenting the sap from the maple tree.
Eau de vie d'érable.
Yeah.
Just maple liqueur.
So it's like mead. Like it's very similar to mead actually, but it's a bit more mapley.
I mean, when you think about it sometimes, Canada we're like a little bit of a like a joke of a country. Consider the fact that one of our delicious desserts is you've boiled maple syrup, made it toffee and sticky, and you pour it on top of freshly fallen snow.
Yeah, that's Île d'Érable. How do you call that in English?
I just know it as toffee on the snow.
Toffee. Okay. Interesting.
It's not really toffee, but it's close enough, right?
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, it's very simple, but holy shit, is it good?
It's so good.
I mean, like I'm all over like Sugar Shack food when it comes like time. Like it's so good. Like those
Snow.
little
Is the snow falling? It's time for Sugar Shack.
yeah. God. You know those little like cones with the super like dense like maple syrup in it.
Oh god, yeah, like maple style sugar cones.
Yeah. Oh my god. Like the other time, like last time there was like sugar shack food. Like someone like we made a just a special dinner with that theme, and someone brought like genuinely like you know like maple syrup like filled cones, and I don't know. It was just like oh so
Oh,
good.
that sounds really good.
Yeah, like because like you know sometimes you buy them at the grocery store and they're just like kind of like sugar.
Mm-hmm.
But no, these ones were just like with the little like kind of sugar like crust at the top. Like it's
Oh
I don't know.
yeah, that's good. So one time when I went to Japan, of course, what do you take as a gift for your homestay family in Japan? You're gonna
Mhm.
bring them a thing of maple syrup,
Oh,
honest, genuine maple syrup,
right.
and they were like, "Oh my goodness, thank you so much." And they were like, can you teach us how to cook something with maple syrup?" And I was like, yeah. But the problem is, of course, they had very standard Japanese breakfast stuff. So like they didn't have flour, they didn't have eggs, so they couldn't make pancakes for them. They didn't have Eggos or anything. So I'm just like, what the hell am I gonna do? And so I was just like, I know what I'm going to do, because they had like little like sausagey things,
Oh,
and so I was just like, okay, I am going to put the heat on very low. I'm gonna drizzle it over top of it and just let it like get melty and goodness and soak it in. And I'm just like, that's right. In Canada, we have maple covered sausages for breakfast
yeah. Oh, that must
because
have been
we
really good.
do. We don't pour the maple syrup on top of them. We just buy them pre-made maple syrupy.
I would totally roll some breakfast sausages and maple syrup.
Yeah,
Just saying.
it's great. Like, I think like the other day we made pancakes and we had like breakfast sausages and like the mix of that with the maple syrup was just so good. Like it's because it's
Yeah,
like salty and meaty and you know like greasy.
it's salty, greasy, sweet. It is
Yeah, it's just so multi-purpose. Like you can
best
put it on so many
taste.
different foods.
It's the best taste because that's entirely what your body craves. You want
Yeah.
salt, you want sweet, and you want fats. It's the most nutritious food group.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Wow, food talk, huh?
Mm.
The fat
Mm.
for like the fat for crowd there.
that is how that works, isn't it? Okay, looks like we're just waiting on purple.
Yeah, Specs. I if you like the if you've tried mead before, like I guess like the maple alcohol, like it's very similar. I expected it to be really sweet, but it's not necessarily like sweet. It's yeah, it's just strong. Like it just tastes like strong something. Like but it's good. It's good. Like it's a good like after dinner like digestive. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't yeah. Just a small like quantity is good.
And and even for the mead, also like you can do so many different flavors with it, and brew it like however you want with a lot of fruit and a lot of you know very nice sugary kind of flavors to them. I have a friend of a friend who actually does brew it at home in his garage. So he has let us sample some of it, some peach, cherry, A lot of other good stuff, really, that he's just made. It's really something.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's like you can't like drink a whole lot of it in one sitting. At least I can't. But
No.
it's very, very tasty.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing with these types of alcohols. Like, it's kind of like the I don't know how to call that in English, but it's like it's called ice cider. So
Oh,
basically, it's like cider that is made with apples that had time to freeze.
oh,
So it's
really?
like, yeah,
Oh.
they collect the apples like after like it starts to freeze outside basically, and it's like a very small quantity of cider, but it's really like it's really strong, but it's super
Yeah.
good. Like it's super sweet.
Sounds delightful.
Yeah, it's very it's yeah. As a digestive, it's really good. Anyway, well, I mean, we're still waiting for purple. Sorry, I just feel like.
Oh, it's all good. I
Yeah.
love to hear about these kinds of things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very good.
Very good.
Something, yeah, something they make in Quebec. So I'm happy like to share.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I've been to Canada once, to Toronto, some years back, but I've always had a great interest in Montreal for a lot of things up there. Really, the architecture, a lot of culture, a lot of great food. Definitely.
There's a lot of if you like beer, there's a very like effervescent like micro brewery like scene in Montreal.
Hey.
Like it's very good.
Yeah, I'd give that a go. Definitely.
Mhm. And it's funny because Iggy, like I guess it's the in-game description when you say like it's got a feel of Europe, and it's very accurate. I think like
Yeah.
it's like a little bit of a good mix of Europe and America. Like it's like you're in another country, but it feels familiar both to
It's quite
Europeans.
unique. Yeah.
Huh. In Montreal, and especially in Quebec City, but in Montreal there's also that feel like if you're in the old Montreal, like it's got a very European style like architecture with like the pebble like streets, not pebble but
Cobblestone.
cobblestone. Yeah, cobblestone.
Yeah. So nice.
Yeah.
Can't drive over it, but yeah.
You actually can, like there's cars
Really?
like that go there,
Okay.
but
I
yeah.
don't think they'd pave over that part of it for cars now.
no, not there's still like a lot of cobblestone like streets, and people drive slow, but
Yeah. They don't drive slow here. That's all good though. Oh, I'd love to see it.
It's a mixture here. You get the older people that drive 15 under, and then you get the kids who just got their license who are driving 15 over.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah,
All right.
love it.
Okay. So we're all back.
Yes.
Yeah, I take my dog out. I just got back.
No problem. All right, folks. Allow me to continue to weave you a picture with my mouth sounds.
Ooh.
Isn't it crazy? I can make the air vibrate and cause you to hallucinate.
Yeah. That's a shark skills.
Super shark skills.
Yeah.
For a second, I was like, "What? Sharks can do that?"
The air is warm and summery when you arrive in Montreal. The brief ride to the church takes you through the east part of the oldest area of the city. Father McBride greets you at the steps of his newly rebuilt church. The building is an odd mix of architectural styles. And he explains that it's actually a renovated seminary. The redesign kept the seminary's sturdy foundations and side tower, rebuilt the roof, and renovated the interior rooms. And he smiles at you all and suggests that direct questions can wait until after dinner. He shows you to all your separate small guest rooms and tells you all that you'll talk during the meal.
All right.
All right. So that's I kind of make a remark at my colleagues. I'm like, man, c'est quoi son problème? It sounds sounds like he's on edge.
Hmm.
I mean, not so really.
No? Oh, it just seems like just sounded the way I
Matter
guess.
of fact, kind of.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
you're
guess.
just a little matter of fact.
Okay. Perfect. I misunderstood.
It's all good.
Yeah. Sorry, just 1 second here.
No prob. I'm pretty sure that we're going to get just as nice of a reception as we did in the private car. And my cats are fighting right now. Right?
Boy.
Yep. All right. Yeah. So we're. I comment to everyone else about how well we're being treated by these complete strangers, and how we, even though we barely know each other through a mutual person that we don't fully understand, I'm very glad to be here with y'all.
Yeah.
Pareillement.
Yeah, likewise.
Same.
Ooh.
It's the French Canadian hospitality.
Ah, okay. Well, yeah, as the well, I don't know how many of us are American or otherwise, but I'm taken aback by it as being sort of the, yeah, like macho, like one of the heroes of the war, the the big brash American that isn't used to such nice manners, and places in the world with people that would be given him such a nice reception. And that is very cursed, whatever's going on over there.
Yeah, Jay, what are you doing?
Just let it happen.
Oh no.
Can I help us solve the mystery?
That's certainly Call of Cthulhu.
It's art.
I mean, I guess it is.
Damn. Chris and Edgar should talk.
Apparently.
So we oh well, I don't know if is Iggy back yet. I don't know.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just typing a message just saying, yeah, just give me 1 second.
All good.
Oh God.
Oh yeah. For those in chat, we're still doing the charity to raise money for the Transgender Law Center. Exclamation donate if you want the details for that.
There you go. It's a good cause. Definitely.
Okay, sorry about that.
All good.
Okay, so Father McBride, I've given you the pictures of Father McBride.
The way you said that just now, it sounded like Father of the Bride, and I don't know why I heard it that way.
Sorry, not quite. He's had a full life full of education and adventure. Each event is marked out on his worn and intelligent face. Although the thin white hair is unfamiliar since he's was darker haired when you all knew him. You still got his strong hands. By habit, he wears cowl. heavy neck sweaters, and heavy wool trousers, so he looks a bit like a wise sea captain.
Ah, I like this guy. He's got a good feeling about him.
Mm-hmm. Jay, are you ready to add something else to your creation?
Sure.
All right. Here you go.
It's a human moomin.
It's a
Oh.
human moomin.
Oh my god.
All right. So supper is served in what was once one of the seminary offices. The good father explains. It's an intimate room. All of you knew Father McBride as an intelligent and straightforward man with little time for fuss or impracticality. His recent confidential request is very uncharacteristic, but a meal is set out before you all. It's not lavish, but tasty and filling. It's been prepared and served by Madame Denise Danjou. I think it's Danjou, who is the housekeeper of Saint-Cutis, the church. She is a short, stalwart woman with a very prominent nose, and she's usually found in the kitchen or in her attached quarters. She never moves quickly, but is always moving. She's wearing a heavy black dress that's embroidered by a cotton apron on which are embroidered pink roses. And she's got a very firm, no nonsense air about her.
I think we just. Oh, okay. You're still connected. I saw you blink offline there.
Uh-oh. Did you hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. And as you study here for a little bit, you might notice that she's got kind of small rituals like many Christian and Catholic in nature, like using certain fresh herbs against misfortune, or no, rather, there are many Catholic and Christian ones in nature. Sign of the cross, blah blah blah, and the casting of certain fresh herbs against misfortune are deriving from more pagan or occult sources.
Okay.
She's very practical and adept at living in a world of kind of mystical events.
I happily eat the food without questioning anything.
That sounds about right for you. So, Father Philip, he's as you're talking, he's his usual flippant, expansive self. He recounts on how in the past 10 years he's dedicated his life to the church and considers it the most worthwhile thing that he's ever done. He tells you all that he's followed, well, at least he tells his friends, the ones that he knew specifically, that he's followed your individual progress through the years since you've last seen him, but that his devotions wouldn't permit him contact with the outside world until he kind of earned his place, so to speak, for the last little while. He apologizes and hopes that what he's got to offer you will make up for his long interruption. But before we get to the meat of the story here, does anyone have anything they want to talk with Father McBride about?
Yeah, I guess I stopped chowing down for a second just to ask if he could tell us anything about what he's been doing the last couple of years. Just sort of getting a feel for how he's been without being too like inquisitive, I guess.
Oh, yeah. So basically he was just mostly finishing up his training. And then after he finished up his training, he came out here to help revitalize the church here. And then in the most recent few years, he was helping look after the renovations. And just, doing Catholic father things.
All right. Well, it's good enough for me, and he looks good, so I'm satisfied.
Yep, he looks great, honestly.
Hmm.
Shall we move on?
Yes.
Mhm.
All right then. So, as you eat, he explains that work on the new church involved excavating a part of the basement of the old seminary. And in there, the workers discovered a small tomb that contained a preserved body. Astonishingly,
Ooh.
he leans in a bit closer to whisper to all of you. The body's heart was fully intact. Father McBride believes that the body and heart belonged to Sankitis himself due to the stone pillow in the tomb, which is cut in with the words James of Andrews. That was the name Sankiti had at the orphanage when he was raised in. At his confirmation, the saint shortened his name to James Andrews, but later on he was recorded using both forms of the name.
Hmm.
And he explains a fully preserved heart would be a sign of incorruptibility, which is one of the signs. It's a miracle that is a really good sign for sainthood, or
Hmm.
Yeah.
something extra.
Okay.
And whether he's right or wrong, a preserved heart would be powerful evidence of the supernatural at work. He hopes that you can find evidence that this preserved heart is indeed the uncorrupted heart of a true saint. And when he's satisfied that he's done all he can and that the research has been done, he'll inform the diocese of his diocese of his
Yeah.
find.
Mhm.
Diocese. Yeah.
Diocese. He'll inform the diocese of his find, and then the matter will be out of his hands. And he dreams that his new parish will become a place of holy pilgrimage, the gateway to worldly prosperity for the parish and the church. He smiles at you all and says, "So, no danger this time, and no demons from beyond. A dull-seeming task for you all to research, but a noble one, which may reveal to all the hand of God and bring your souls a little nearer to the light."
Hmm.
Why did McBride go through the expense and trouble of bringing you all here for such a task that's better left to the specialists of the church?
Mm-hmm.
And he replies that he wished to see his friends again and that he needed people he felt he could trust and felt in debt to his friends for this long silence. As sincere as these words are, a feeling hangs in the air as the evening breaks that Father McBride has said a lot, but not all.
Hmm. Yep.
But you complete your meal, and he, Father McBride explains that the body and the tomb's other contents have been taken upstairs. The finds are in a locked safe a few doors away, while the body is in the walk-in cooler off the kitchen. And Madame Danjou does not approve of that location, and as she walks past and is clearing things, she makes you all very, very aware of that fact, speaking loudly to you about such a thing. Here is the map of the church.
Ah. Okay.
In BR's
Oh.
bedroom, I imagine. Yeah.
Yeah. For a second, when I saw the BR, I was like, "That's a lot of bathrooms."
Yeah.
So we were in the dining room, right?
You were in the dining room.
And
But,
the body is in the
Kitchen.
it's in
Yeah.
the kitchen.
I guess the closet there, like in the kitchen.
Yeah, that's like the ice box, the
Okay.
cold storage.
Um,
I turn to everybody and full of sort of a foolhardy sort
Steak
of
and
claim
potatoes?
that I can. Yeah, steak and potatoes. I tell everyone I'm going to try to go up and see what's inside the what is it, like a locker or something like
No,
that,
oh
or
no. Father McBride is he's like he's taking you all like he's taking you to see the things like
oh, he's just showing. Okay.
Yeah, so we're
he's
following.
just
Oh, all
showing
right.
you
Yeah,
all to
just
the
following
spot.
around. It's like I just kind of take interest in that particular room where it's stored.
The first spot is actually he's gonna save the body for later, but first he's doing is he's taking you to where the safe is. So you all head on upstairs, and he takes you to where the safe is. And the safe is one of those freestanding steel plate affairs. It's painted with dark green with kind of creamy vines stenciled on the door as decoration. It's about 18 inches deep, 2 feet wide, 3 feet high. It weighs about 650 pounds.
Wow.
The hinges of the door are internal, so it swings out, but the hinges are on the inside of it. There are two huge dials and a locking handle that break the plane of the door. Otherwise, it just looks pretty perfectly flat.
Okay.
Spot hidden. Roll for me, please.
All right, everybody.
Everybody.
All right. Spot hidden.
Yay.
Yep.
All right. Those of you who have succeeded on their spot hidden rolls,
Oh.
please mark your skills. And you notice that there's the glint of fresh marks that are scratched through the paint on the safe's hinged side where the door and box join. So there's just a little bit as like there's
boxes.
just some like damage. There's like damage to the paint there.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay. Can I speak up in the
Yeah.
moment?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh. Qu'est-ce qui est arrivé là? What happened there?
Yes, there was some damage done when the room was painted. Just some scratches as the things were moved around and covering it and such. It's just something fell over and kind of scratched the paint. I'll have it touched up soon, he says as he spins the dials and clicks the handle. Roll psychology. My goodness, Edgar. Roll. Mark your psychology skill if it hasn't been marked already.
It is marked. No.
You can tell like he's not telling you the truth. That's not how that got there. But he spins the dials and clicks up the handle, and the door opens smoothly. With a flourish, he removes a plain silver box that's greatly tarnished. And he holds it reverently and presses back the silver box's hinged top. He waits until everyone's attention are on his hands. And slowly he opens the box and exposes within a fairly fleshy human heart. Everyone please roll sanity for me.
Oh boy.
That's on the main.
Alima. Sandy. Hang on.
Okay.
There we go. Oh, well, that didn't do it.
Nope. Johnny, you did no, that's not what you need to know.
It's not it at all.
Roll your current sanity. Double click your current number.
It's on your main page.
Oh, yeah.
Next to your hit
no.
points.
Nope, not that either. Huh. I think you might need to get it for me again there.
I rolled it for you.
Thank you.
Okay. Johnny, you lose 2 points of sanity as you see this. It's a fucking human heart. Everyone else is just kind of like, oh, okay. That's a human heart.
Yep, seen one of those.
You haven't.
I was about to say, have you?
The great veins and arteries have been neatly clipped away.
Hell.
If anyone has medicine or biology skills, please roll that.
No, oh wait, I don't have medicine.
I have a pathetic amount of it, but yo.
I have 1.
Oh no, not that one.
You could spend 8 luck to make that a success if you wanted there, Jay.
Okay.
I have. Oh.
I'll do it.
Okay. And so Chris, you look at it and you're like, it's a normal looking human heart, one that seems to be like a day or so old. It's spongy, not like how fresh muscles would be, but without discoloration or any putrefaction. There's no fresh blood, but there are noticeable flakes that might be dried blood on it. By any worldly standard, it's an absolutely impossible thing. An unpreserved heart that survived without degeneration for longer than a few days, let alone centuries. McBride agrees with you. His eyes are shining. He is painfully gleeful, almost ruthless in his emotion. This disconcerts you just a little bit. In this one split moment, it occurs that maybe Father Philip isn't entirely trustworthy. Has he gone a little mad in the past 10 years? Has he planted a fresh human heart here as evidence? Were some of his missing years spent in a mental institution and not traveling? Idea rolls, everybody.
You said
So-
idea?
Idea. So that's rolling your intelligence stat.
Oh, okay. Intelligence.
Okay.
Intelligence.
Oh, idea.
Yep. Hey.
All right.
We all had
I
really good success.
Shit.
Johnny, you're dumb
I
as
start
shit.
thinking about alcohol and women again.
Yeah, you just gonna go off there.
Just start daydreaming.
Johnny hurts himself.
Oh my
Those
god.
of you who succeeded, you understand that the first thing you'll need to do for yourselves is determine whether the heart is a wonderful miracle or if it's a fake planted by a deluded friend. But at that moment, McBride he closes the case. He replaces the heart on the shelf and removes a small book from the safe and explains that it was found in the corpse's hand. It's an octavo, which is an old style of just making books. The dry brown leather that's covering the boards has cracked, but the plain gold circle, rather like a donut or a wheel stamped on the front, is still easily read. The threads of the binding are still strong, and all 700 interior pages are intact, though slightly spotted. Unnumbered, they have been written upon in an archaic hand. Within is what seems to be a handwritten journal, in unicals rather than cursive letter forms, which argues that the journal is old, contemporary with late medieval binding, but the words aren't Germanic, Italic, or Celtic. Recognize the language? Father McBride beams. None of you do. It took me a while. It's late Coptic, but the letter form is British Insular. And he remarks to you that the circular symbol that's on the book's cover is the same as the one that was carved into the stone pillow of the tomb. He believes the book to be a journal, or more likely a collection of short devotions and meditations. Tonight, he's going to show it to Robert Lowell, a friend and book collector whose knowledge of the Coptic language is very good. And that's actually, he has an appointment with him pretty soon. Before he leaves, he entrusts the combination of the safe to his two friends, and says that you'll be more than welcome to view the book tomorrow, but he does have to take the book to show off to Robert Lowell. And so with that, he's going to take you all down to the body in the
kitchen.
In the
kitchen.
kitchen.
The kitchen body.
Who got the combination?
You got the combination, and so did Johnny.
Oh, all right.
Because you're the two people that he physically knows.
Oh, yes. So, yeah.
Fun.
Hey, look,
Ice keeps the walk-in cooler cold. The exhumed body lies atop several dripping blocks of ice that are insulated against the damp by layers of board and cloth, and reverently covered in McBride's best surplice. When the covering is rolled back, you see a scrawny skeletal cadaver colored in various hues of light and dark red browns, like steeped in orange pico tea. The body has been eviscerated. The heart, bowels, and other internal organs are missing. The body is dried like a mummy. Perhaps because of the high saltiness of the soil, McBride says, but there is something in his voice that implies he doesn't think that's the whole deal. Granted, he has said that he believes this to be the incorruptible body of a saint, so that could be what it is. Most of the soft tissue has dehydrated. The skeleton is lightly held together by the petrified epidermal layer, and the whole thing is incredibly fragile. If handled, various pieces of the cadaver will immediately separate into sections, since the linking sinew and cartilage no longer have strength, so don't touch it.
Yeah. Like, my character wouldn't know this, but it seems preserved, but not that well preserved. Not like medically preserved or anything else. It's just sort of very odd.
Yeah, that's a thing. How many of you are religious?
I am.
Character-wise, you are?
I'm not.
I think
Remember, I'm checking.
I think he was at one point.
Christopher is religious. He's a little bit. Okay, Edgar isn't. How about Warren? Is Warren religious at all?
I'm looking to see if I made a note of it. I mean, I would imagine he would be, at least a little bit.
A little bit? All right, then. Everyone except Edgar, you feel like a great awe here that you didn't feel when the heart was shown to you. Edgar, though, please roll a sanity roll for me.
Okay.
I just thought I would be since I use holy water.
All right, sanity.
Okay, you're fine. Everyone else is fine. But yeah, Edgar, your eyes are drawn to the long fingernails and the savage gumless incisors and the peculiarly long hawk-like nose of this corpse. In the jagged profile, you seem to see the sharpness of death itself. A flap of skin from the nose actually lays across the mouth and chin, while on the sides of the head, Hair and flesh have been inextricably fused into a bit of a festering mass.
Hmm.
The cadaver was originally wearing a rotting undershirt, knee length of wool dyed light blue, and on the chest is the same circular figure found on the octavo. And it also wears a plain gold torque around its scrawny neck, and a plain gold ring dangles on each wizened finger.
Hmm.
Okay. All right. All right. That's how we're gonna do it then. Sure thing.
Huh?
Don't mind me. Just rolling some dice.
Sure.
Yeah, just looking at the picture, I noted how it's got sharp claws and and the toenails especially because they kind of stick out against the background.
Yeah, but that is a thing that will happen sometimes. You know, fingernails look like they keep growing because the body dries out.
I comment that this place is becoming less and less cozy as we go along.
Can I ask him which hand was holding the heart?
He explains that it was not the heart was kept within that container that he had it in before, which was just in the cavity there. The removed cavity.
Ah.
Hmm.
You said it was wearing some sort of ring?
Yeah, so there are rings on each of its fingers, just plain gold rings.
What about that marking on its chest?
It's the same marking as is on the front of the book that he showed earlier.
Can we like appraise it somehow? The sign,
The symbol.
the symbol, yeah.
I don't know what skill that would be.
Wouldn't
Archaeology.
be appraise?
Appraise is like to find the value of something. It'd probably be more under history.
Yeah, it would probably be more under
Yeah.
history.
Archaeology, personally.
Yeah, I'll let you folks roll either history or archaeology or anthropology.
Okay.
Oh, I have much better history than archaeology. Oh, wait, you said anthropology?
Yeah.
Ooh, I've got better than. Pew. Damn. Doesn't matter.
I rolled a success. Yay.
You did roll a success. Check your success skill.
Yep.
Your history skill. Yeah, you have no idea.
Cool.
All right.
In my personal opinion,
I know that I know nothing.
Oh.
Yeah, you did not like it would you did not have an extreme enough success. Like you got a regular success. You needed a lot more than that to get anything off of this circle. At this point, McBride will examine his pocket watch and exclaim that he's got to be off to see Lowell. He excuses you all, tucks the journal under his arm, and hurriedly prepares to leave. Madame Danjou can show you the stairs to the basement, he calls. And she does, but only after repeated requests. Once she's cleared the supper dishes, she is customarily free for the rest of the evening and resents any change in her routine. Grumbling, she provides a pair of kerosene lanterns to negotiate the pitch black basement. Access to the muddy basement is currently by the stairs in the new bell tower. Descending them by the lamplight, a dank and salty scent rises from below. The basement soil contains an unnatural amount of salt, which is perfect for preservation. There's also a sweetish foulness like putrefaction, although there is no obvious source for the odor. Knowledge rolls, anybody? Anybody and everybody, which is your education score.
Okay. Huh.
Hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Warren, you're close to the river, so there's all sorts of smells to be found by the river.
Okay, so I think that all of these are coming from the river. The smells that we get.
Yeah, like, well, that smell is probably just the river.
Oh, okay.
The tomb is underneath the outer foundation of the main seminary building. The 19th century masons who laid the deep foundation must have noticed the tomb, but neither they nor the laborers who dug the pit touched or disturbed anything. The tomb is not really a tomb at all. Made of crumbling red brick, it is a simple extended arch about 8 feet long and 4 feet high. The foundation simply arches over this arch. The cadaver was deposited within and then packed over with earth. There is no floor, no front or back wall to this simple resting place. At the far end of the arch is the stone pillow, so described. It's a rounded piece of granite carving about 2 inches thick and a foot in diameter. The center of it features an indentation and a carved tassel-like object. On the top are the words, James of Andrew, crudely scratched in. Earlier, McBride suggested or guessed that this object represented the real pillow on which the host would be carried in medieval times. You sharp-eyed investigators may not be so sure. Around the sides are carved shallow, sinuous forms. Are they waves, leaves, or are they tentacles? You cannot tell. Faint blotches discolor the center of the stone pillow, which might be from red wine or also blood. They're so dim that so many years after the fact, there's no analysis that will succeed.
Ooh.
Is there anything you all would like to do while you're down here?
Hmm.
So
Can
we
we-
can't. Oh, sorry.
No, I was gonna say, can we roll like something like spot hidden, or just if we try to look around, like is there anything more we can like find here somehow?
You can roll and try.
Okay.
All right. Spot hidden success for you, Edgar. Anyone else can roll if they wish.
Okay.
Just for funds, I think I will try to spot hidden as well.
Okay.
Show everybody that I'm not sleeping on the job over here. Yeah. Hey,
Why not?
I still failed.
If everyone else is looking around.
All right. Those of you who succeeded, go ahead and mark your skills. Yeah, you don't find anything.
Ooh.
Of course.
And you said the markings on the side of the stone pillow. There's no check we can do to decipher them.
Yeah, no, they're just like that sure is a design there. You can't tell.
I kind of gently elbow Edgar, and I'm like, "Could you draw this or take
Mm-hmm.
what's it called when they like you hold a piece of
An
paper
impression?
over- Yeah. an
Oh,
impression.
yeah.
Or a rubbing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
rubbing, yeah.
Yeah, go
Yeah.
ahead. Take a rubbing of the pattern. That's a good idea.
All right, so I take out my sketchbook, which I have handy at all times, and I start rubbing away like at some of those, like, I don't know, like carvings or bas relief. Yeah,
Mhm.
low. While smoking a cigarette, of course.
Of course.
Of course. All right, you kind of just you look around, you investigate, you get some rubbings, and as you return to the stairs and on the way out, you hear some furtive footsteps up above. What do you do?
I go ahead and call up the stairs to see if it is the housekeeper woman who hopefully will show us back to the house. I ask if it's her.
You hear footsteps turn and run away into the night.
Oh. Well, that's weird.
Does it sound like just one pair, or can we make a listen check or something for that?
Yeah, it just sounded like one.
Okay.
Just one pair. Okay. I'm wondering if we should.
Do we know what
Mhm.
direction they went, or was it out of sight and we didn't see who it was or what direction they went at all?
Yeah, you did not have eyes on them. You just
Just
heard it going.
heard them flee. Yeah.
Yep. You don't know what direction or where. Um, you can certainly head on up and try and see if you can find them, but unfortunately, you look around and there's no sign of anyone anywhere. No clues, no trail.
Hmm.
Damn.
Yeah. I guess I kind of turn and say a very cliched, like, something doesn't seem right here, guys.
Yeah, I'm feeling a little sketchy too.
This is not the French hospitality. The French Canadian.
Right. I had heard such
Uh,
great things.
To be fair, your host is Irish.
Oh yeah, that's why. That's
yeah.
that explains it.
Mm-hmm.
No, love the Irish.
Well, with wondering what's going on with that, because it's the only development that's really happened. I do go up the stairs and just kind of look around and see the general area where I heard the steps up the stairs. Do I see anything up there?
You see nothing.
Shoot.
Yeah, I guess.
Allow me to put it to you. Allow me to put it to you this way. If the investigators call out or make a sound, the footsteps run away. They are not found. He, she, or it are not found.
Ah.
Yeah, I'll put it to you that way.
Okay.
Alrighty.
I guess I'll slowly make my way up too, since there's nothing else to really look at in the tomb.
Yeah, that's about it.
I imagine I've got my flashlight with me and shine it in the direction of the footsteps. Or my electric torch.
You find nothing.
I know. I'm just.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Now, I'm wondering. It seems like it's a good enough spot for, like, this is a good spot to maybe pause, and we'll continue this next time. If that seems like a good spot for y'all, if y'all want to.
Yeah, I think that's good for me. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I need to make some notes then. So
Absolutely.
I felt the heart wasn't legit.
Yeah, feel free. We can definitely take this moment for you all to discuss things like
Mhm.
out of character, but have them be in character.
Yeah.
So we got someone who feels the heart isn't legit.
'Cause, yeah, I made that check. It just didn't feel right.
There was something sketchy about the safe as well. Like it looked like claw marks or something, like scratches. I don't
True
know.
enough. Okay, actually, you know what? You can just go up and you can investigate the thing. It will be. Hang on. Friends old and new. Debris
At this
sound.
point, Iggy, is it like late at night? Is there anybody really around to stop us from kind of poking around a little bit?
No, not at all. Like you've got free roam of the place.
Hmm.
If you want to investigate the,
Probably good to know for next time, also.
Hmm.
yeah, if you want to investigate the safe, a successful mechanical repair or locksmith skill roll will give you some information.
Hmm.
Oof. Okay. Does anyone have like a good skill for that?
My mech repair is just 10.
I have mech repair as well, and a little bit in lock picking. Like, sort of character that's done everything everywhere and has a little bit of experience, but not like not adept at it.
What about you, Jay?
I have 1 point in locksmith and 1 point in mechanical repair.
Okay,
So
yeah,
it would
same.
have to be a roll of the century.
Mhm.
Y'all have literally gotten single-digit rolls already. Like,
Yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
Fuck it.
All right, so can
I have
I
20 in mech repair, actually. Never mind.
bring up to the group that I feel the heart wasn't?
Yeah.
It just didn't seem right,
Something felt off, yeah.
and I think out of character. I think Edge was the only one that didn't buy his excuse for the scratches on the safe. I noticed them, but I think I bought his excuse.
yeah, no, we can have like edges, just like so. Yeah, dude was totally lying, guys.
Yeah, I mean,
Everyone can have a chance to roll your mech repair, and if you give me a reason, you can push the roll, but I will punish a failed push somehow.
Wait. He gave me the combination. Why am I trying to pick it?
Because
you're not trying to
we're
pick
trying
it.
we're trying to
No.
assess the damage to it.
Oh,
Yeah, you're trying to
exterior damage.
identify the damage on the exterior. Yeah.
Okay.
And what did you said it had a particular pattern or something else that was odd about it?
Oh no, it's just like painted and there's scratches.
Oh,
in
it's
the
just
paint.
painted and then there was scratch on the paint. Okay, all right.
Yeah, it's like oddly like noticeable, and also like the excuse. Like I interpret it as like Edgar like knows a lot about like paint and different like materials like that, and like he could tell that that explanation doesn't make much sense. Like, oh, it's when they painted the room. What is that
Oh,
supposed
you
to
know what?
mean?
Hang on a second.
Oh.
Hang on. I have an idea here.
Yeah, I just thought of something too.
You should have an art skill, but we didn't actually give it to you. Oh yeah, that's right. Because we said we would just use your
Sleight of hands.
instead. Yeah. Roll your sleight of hand skill, which you're using as your art skill.
Okay. Oh fuck!
You have failed.
Wow, failed art school. I have like 50.
Oh, geez.
I have an idea. I will if you push the roll, I will let you.
Okay. Yeah. How do I? Yeah.
So to push a roll, you need to tell me what you're doing in order to get a little bit of a better.
Okay.
Better look at this. Like, are you maybe like, are you trying to scrape some of the paint yourself? Are you trying to like are you just like?
Yeah. So
are you sniffing it? Are you tasting it? I don't know.
Okay, so I examined the scratches, and yeah, I tried to poke at it, like kind of peel away, like see like like the layers of paint, and also I try to kind of examine like the shape of the scratches to kind of like tell like, okay, what could have caused like that sort of dent, and also in kind of like in relation to that, like because the comment about like repainting the room felt a bit weird, because like I look around and I try to determine like the age of the paint there, because I
Oh
don't
yeah,
know
yeah. No, the paint in the room is definitely new and updated. But yeah,
Mhm.
just roll your sleight of hand a second time.
Okay, wait, okay.
All right then. Yeah, you basically just by like looking at this paint and doing your painterly stuff with it, you can determine these scratches had to be made by like it's clumsy but intentional. Like something is scraped across it, like, and when you realize that like the only way this could have come off by something scraping, you realize, oh, this is probably like someone was trying to break into this safe at some point.
Mm-hmm. With a tool, or like their bare hands? Can I like kind
With
of?
a tool, like probably like a
Okay.
chisel or something.
Okay. Because I don't know. To me, I guess like in character or out of character, with the previous experience of like the corpse rising, I was like kind of imagining another corpse, like that corpse going to try and get like its heart or something, like clawing at the chest, not the chest, but
Yeah,
the safe. Yeah. So I don't
yeah,
know.
no, fair enough. Uh, yeah, no, it wasn't that.
I feel
Yeah.
like maybe we should have asked him more questions about when everything was set up, or how long he's had some of these things, or something
Mm-hmm.
like that. I don't know if any of that would have helped, but he would have given us I feel like he would have given us a answer, not the most straightforward answer, but an
Mm-hmm.
answer, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, Father McBride would definitely give you some answers. Maybe not all of the answers, but
Mm. Okay. So basically, I guess uh, I share with the group what I think is happening. Like that. Obviously, someone was trying to get into the safe. Like it wasn't just an accident.
it was purposeful. Someone was trying to get into that safe for something.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of just responding to that or whatever. Like everyone started, putting some pressure on Father McBride, and I'm just like, press X to doubt kind of thing. Like, yeah, he's been my mentor forever. He wouldn't lie to us. He wouldn't do all this creepy stuff without a reason. Like,
Mm-hmm.
why would why are you making a mountain out of a molehill kind of thing?
Hmm.
Just out of like reactive, because my character's dumb.
As we have established, and as the roles have
They
confirmed.
proven, yeah,
Hmm.
true.
Yeah, it's great. But yeah, I think that's about all y'all can do.
All right,
Cool. I'm intrigued.
yeah, very cool so far.
You've gotten your meat into things like what is the story behind the heart? Is it really a heart that was put in with this seemingly preserved body? Did Father McBride go all, and tear someone's heart out?
Yeah.
Or is there some other explanation involved?
Hmm.
We'll find out next time on Horror's Heart, which will not be next week because I work on Thursday evening.
Fair enough. Or we're doing it the following Thursday, right?
Yes, the following Thursday will be
Yeah.
free and open.
All right.
Excellent.
All right.
Excellent.
We'll get down to it, boys.
Heck yeah.
Time to deal with another undead, maybe.
Maybe
Yeah.
perhaps.
Throw a bed at it.
I'm probably not gonna light
No.
this one on fire.
They're gonna throw beds at you.
Oh yeah.
Never expected that.
For those who didn't know, a poltergeist threw a bed at Jay's character last time.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
That was
Nearly
good.
killed him.
Narrowly dodged.
Narrowly dodged.
I say you dodged that bed pretty well.
Yeah.
Which is pretty impressive considering the size of his character.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
he's
what I
got
was
a
gonna
large-
say.
He has a large size stat.
I actually do.
I know.
Poltergeist had a low psi rating or something though.
Anyways, let us do the outro.
I got it.
Alrighty.
I'm an 80.
So, hey, I hope you all enjoyed it. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. We'll be back not this coming Thursday, but Thursday after that was more of the game. Special thanks to all of our subscribers scrolling on screen now. Couldn't do what we do without your support. If you'd like to support us, please consider a subscription. Or if you don't want to go through Amazon, you got a Patreon link down below. Check out our YouTube with all the past playthroughs. There's a link to that down below. And follow us on Twitter so we can talk social media and all that. We'll be back on Tuesday with more of Return of the Obra Dinn. And stay tuned for the raid. Let's see who's on. Let's raid Chiro. That works. Helps if I spelled her name right. There you go. Have a good night, everybody.